What if I told you that the last 2 minutes of your day could be the secret weapon to losing your belly fat? Despite doing this for years, no one ever told me about this habit that all the world's top performers use. So today I'm breaking it down so you can start using it and button your pants easier without having to. Now you're struggling to lose your belly fat because you don't have the time to eat clean, work out, do your steps. So you end up ordering in and skipping it all. That was me 2 months ago until I started this habit. Suddenly, following through on everything and losing belly fat became easy. I initially started it to get out of a productivity rut. So every morning I'd be at my desk grinding and trying to do everything basically. But I naturally ended up procrastinating, watching a video on how to do things instead of actually doing it. Until I came across this clip of Andrew Huberman explaining how there's solid data showing that writing things down drastically increases the chances of achieving your goals. So I tried it out. I wrote down the tasks I had to do using the night before method, which I'll explain what that is in a second, and I finally started to get work done. Couldn't be joking at 11 a.m. because I knew that at 12, I had to send out 4 emails, and at 1, I had to quote someone. I was so much more productive, and I had to try it out with fat loss. It worked like a charm. Because of all the planning, the I didn't have time excuse disappeared. I stopped eating with my emotions because I was planning my meals at night when I was clear, level-headed, instead of reacting to the chaos of life we get drowned in. And because of this, I was just making so much better, healthier food choices. Plus, studies have shown that you're far more likely to follow through with what you have to do if you write it down. So trying to lose your belly fat without doing this is like driving without Google Maps. So much wasted time, missed turns, and maybe never even reaching there. Using the night before method is like switching on a GPS and it's guiding you straight to losing belly fat fast with no wasted effort. So what is the night before method and how can you start using it to shrink your belly fat? Now, my client Ishi used to struggle with food and always felt restricted with her diet. But once she started using this first step, she dropped her first 5 pounds of fat and eventually lost her belly fat. The first step is before you sleep, you gotta write down one happiness food that you're gonna be eating tomorrow. That way, you're not gonna be losing fat like this. It's gonna make things fun, easier. It gives you that light at the end of the tunnel. This food though has to be 250 calories max, or we're just fooling ourselves here. It is the only way you can lose fat and be a little happy. If anyone tells you, oh, losing fat is about balance, it's about life, eat chocolates, it's not, man. Losing fat is hard and it needs sacrifice. And by the way, if you want to lose belly fat faster, just check the link in the description. I'll help you do that for free. Right, so this next step will help you burn more fat without ever feeling hungrier. It's simply writing down how you're going to hit your 8 to 10,000 steps the next day. I tricked you, by the way. I gave you something nice early in, but the next 4 steps. So to hit 10,000 steps, you need about 70 to 80 minutes of brisk walking. This can be broken down by an hour's walk, bits throughout the day, incorporated within your errands, or even after a workout. But you have to write it down exactly what time and where you're doing it. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen. You have to physically use your brain to figure it out. So set aside the time and treat these walking meetings with respect. The same respect you treat meeting Jesus with. I mean, if you were meeting Jesus, that would mean that you are dead. Wait. So treat it like you're meeting Jesus on Easter, on the day he resurrected. And the last but most important step is what enables you to build muscle while losing fat, also without feeling as hungry. So over the last 60 days, I went from eating 3 meals a day to 1 meal a day. I did not kill myself doing it because I put 100% of my focus on just hitting my protein target. I wrote down exactly how I'm going to get 140 grams of protein and just built my diet completely around that. You won't be worried all the time, chasing chickens, thinking where you're going to get all this protein from. It removes friction. It'll save you so much mental energy to focus on work. Plus, when you do this, it kind of automatically keeps you within your calories based on how filling protein is. Now, by doing this, you lose your belly fat, you'll get lean, blah, blah, blah. But there's one thing I want you to do because it'll change your life forever. At the end of every day, look back at what you wrote yesterday, and if you did it, put a nice check mark beside it. It'll not just give you more accountability, but also a feeling of accomplishment. And after you do 100 check marks, you start to change who you are. You become a fit person. You become someone who takes care of themselves, who walks, lifts weights, and then you carry that new identity with you and you throw the old one out. Would a priest have a Tinder account? No. Would a magician reveal his tricks on TikTok? No. Would you skip the gym? No. Getting lean becomes automatic once you start using this, but most people never get there because there's 5 things that are holding them back. I break them down over here so you can finally get lean, and maybe your ex would show up at your house at 3 a.m. begging you on her knees, crying, gasping for breath.